Hi, I'm Louis.
And I'm Ben, and we're from Tropika Club Magazine. So what are we talking about today?
Foldable bikes.
Yeah, apparently one of our trending articles now, there are 3,000 views per day, is it? Yeah,
That's
so
I think because of this pandemic period, right? Yeah, everybody's going on wheels. And it's the cheapest alternative for exercise.
yeah, and it's so you don't really need to go full out and buy all these different kind of gears for certain kind of sports, right? This one you just need a bike.
Yep. And because some bikes, why people avoid buying bikes is because it's very big. There's no place to store at home. So now the trending is foldable bikes.
Yeah, you save 50% of the space, and then when you go out, you go take train or take bus, right? It's so easy to just fold it and then take on the bus.
Imagine you ride until very far, you give up, you're very tired already. Just fold it up, take a bus, go home.
Yeah. So you don't need to go and order Grabs or very, very convenient. So do you have a foldable bike?
No.
Yeah,
because I feel that I still prefer the jogging way.
Okay.
Because for me, to me, I feel that because I like riding bicycle. Not say I don't like. Just that last time when the East Coast Park, there's a lot of those rental bikes, per hour, per 2 hours kind of thing. After riding for a while, right, my butt hurts.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. I only use stationary bike, but I can, because I don't know how to cycle.
Not really?
But, I really know how to cycle. I think, I can understand the concept behind it, the physics behind it, but I think it may be I'm just city boy.
Okay.
Yeah. So today we're talking about 5 tips before buying a foldable bike in Singapore. So it's kind of like buying a car. I was researching about it, and it's really like buying a car. There are all kinds of different frames, how it closes. Then there's also some LTA rules. So it's it can get, it's not buy a car per se, because it's not there's no COE for foldable bikes.
The cheaper version.
Yeah, cheaper. At most, I think you just, you probably don't need a license, right? That's for PMD bike. Yeah,
don't need a license.
Yeah. So, but you just need to have an idea of the rules. So let's get right into it.
So actually, what do you actually need to know about foldable bikes?
So I think the first thing is you really should know what are you using your bike for. For example, for some people, for you, maybe you will prefer something that's more adventurous, right? So you need a foldable bike that goes on all kinds of terrains. Sort of again, buy a car. For example, if you are in Singapore, right, you don't need a Land Cruiser. You want a 4-wheel drive, unless if you can afford it, go ahead. But Singapore, we don't have any mountainous region for your car, right? Yeah.
And the roads are also nice in Singapore.
Yeah, so it's exactly the same. So there are some foldable bikes that can go mountain biking. So for you to go on the reservoir, park connectors, kind of thing. But there are some more simpler ones, more basic ones, that you can just use it for most kind of surfaces.
Yep. I think because of the different kind of terrains, right, that's where it comes to the size of the wheel.
Yeah. So, and then also not just that, right? For example, the size of the wheel also can affect how you ride the foldable bike. For smaller wheels, right, you have less traction, but it's easier for you to maneuver because the wheel's smaller, right? But for bigger wheels, it's actually easier for you to maybe go up mountains, go up hills, because you have more surface to give you traction to go up the hill.
And I think the distance covered will be easier also.
Yeah.
You require less force because the bigger wheel, the longer the distance you go.
Yeah. So again, it goes back to the first point where you really need to know what kind of what do you need for your foldable bike. Yeah. So is it
just to explore, to really cycle distance?
Yeah, or just commuting to and fro work. Yeah.
Because I know of some of my friends, right? They actually can cycle all the way to the east, or because maybe they are saying about Central East, or to at the airport runway, that area. Oh my god, that road! I tried once when it's at East Coast Park. I cycled all the way there. Halfway, I see the stretch. Turn back. It feels never ending.
Oh, and it doesn't have trees. It feels like a very
there's trees there, but it's a very open, because it's airspace,
airport, right?
Airport there, right? So it's a very open space. So it feels very never ending. Yeah, imagine, and you definitely can't cycle beside your friend and chit chat, because always have to be right? And it's always by the road, right?
Yeah.
And the pathway is very narrow as well. Yeah. So imagine you just go cycle alone. Maybe some people play music and everything, but it's practically just cycling yourself all the way there. And imagine you have to turn back.
Oh my god.
20 kilo and 20 kilometer back again. That's a very long journey.
Yeah, so if only there's like a foldable bike with like a proper chair, right? You can just like be more comfortable. Like maybe that's a foldable bike for you.
Yep.
So when it comes to the wheel size also, right? So there are certain standards that you can follow as well. So like for example, because like cars, right, there's wheel size, they should come in like a certain size lah. Because otherwise, how can you find a spare tire, right? Like if all of the cars have different tires.
Yep.
So for foldable bikes, there's an ISO standard. Yeah, and also remember to find out where to get the spares as well for this kind of things. Like you don't want your bike break down and then you anyhow go and Google. Yeah, but that will bring us to a later point about like maintenance and how to make sure that you find the right bike shop. Yeah.
Because I don't think all bike shops have access to foldable bikes repairs or maintenance. Because this is more of a trending thing only lately because of the pandemic. There are more people are getting into this foldable bike trend.
Yeah, that could be true. And also I would have a feeling also because the whole design of it is more complex, right? Because you can fold. It's not just like a one-dimensional thing already.
So I think the size of the wheel is very important. No, you can't really fold it up.
There are also like certain components to it. So that's where how important it is to find like a proper bike shop that can help you maintain as well. So, and then when it comes to like, rideability and the kind of ride you want, right, you also need to be aware of the frame and the design. So, like, like cars, you can buy a Toyota or you can buy like a Porsche or like a McLaren, right? So the foldable bike is also the same thing. Like, you can find bikes that's less than $200, or you can find that goes up like Brompton. Apparently, it's a huge thing now. It's like what goes for $1,000 or $1,000 over dollars.
I don't know what's so good about that. This bicycle. The objective is just to get one point to the other point.
Yes. Well, like
people, just like people who likes Ferrari is the same point.
Yeah. So if you can afford it,
why not?
Yeah. So it's like iPhone or Xiaomi, but like but when it comes to like frame, you really need to know the purpose of it. Like for example, the cheaper frames, maybe you can just use it for daily use, like daily commute, going to and for work. But for example, if you're going for like more for terrains that's more rough, right, then you are putting more pressure on the frame, right? So that's where you really need to get like a frame that's more sturdy. So maybe with a more sturdy material. But that comes with a price tag as well.
Yeah. So I mean, if you have the storage at home, you can keep the unfoldable bike, the full size bike one. There's always options like a Decathlon and all. But usually when we go for like foldable bikes, so some online stores, like example Bolt, they offer some good foldable bike as well, and it ranges from as low as $390.
Yeah, and it's already good enough already. And then the $390, I think it's the Bolt Classic foldable bike.
Classic foldable bike.
Yeah, so that one I think
looks good though.
Yeah, and then their design is also like some foldable bike you have to like hunch down to ride one. So their design is you can ride it upright one. So so that's where again like coming back to the frame.
I think you'll benefit you better. So if not, your back will be very pain.
Yeah, I think that's why like I also don't want to think it's like and then I already have like scoliosis. But anyways, back to our topic. So another thing, like as we brush a bit just now, is LTA rules.
Okay. So actually, what are the rules on the road for bicycle?
There's a lot of different kind of rules, but I think we just stick to like the few I feel like that's more important.
Okay.
So did you know that you can only bring like one foldable bike onto one bus? Yeah. So for example, if you're taking a friend, right, and then you go out the bus with your friend, technically cannot. But it depends on the situation.
Really?
Yeah. So it's an LTA rule, like official LTA rule.
So imagine if someone is already on the bus with a foldable bike and you bought the bus,
then
and the both of you look at each other. So who should I like the bus?
Maybe you'll be like, Hunger Games or what, Squid Game or what, like, But yeah, so but I think it depends. Like some bus drivers, maybe they claim you since you've been under the sun, they can see.
Imagine it's raining.
Oh yeah, like
just that before the bike get home.
Yeah. So I think it depends. It can close one eye, open one eye. I feel like those kind of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that though.
Yeah. So and then they needs to be coming a certain size also. So you cannot like just buy if your size is too big, right? You cannot actually take it onto most public transportations like buses or trains. Yeah. So the dimension is 120 cm by 70 cm by 40 cm when it's folded. Yeah, so half of it. So that's why it's like a small scale.
Okay.
Yeah. So this goes without saying, please do not ride your foldable bike inside the MRT station or RT station. Don't be an idiot. Or like, remember there was this like SMRT staff go and push the skateboarder.
Sounds very familiar. Oh
Yeah. So like again, to be honest, like I don't think
don't appear on the news for the wrong reason.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, it's just not a smart thing to do. It's already got COVID already. You don't want to be in the hospital bed for some reason, right? Yeah. And then when it's wet, right, you have to actually wrap it up before you get onto public transportation.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, it's like you find a
How do you wrap it up?
garbage bag.
Really?
I don't know. But I have a feeling like, you know, sometimes they come with like a canvas
Okay.
that you can fold and then like put inside your bike, and then, you know, when it's raining outside, then you can take it out and then cover your.
Okay.
Depends on the brand, you know. Like the good one maybe Brompton.
Okay.
Yeah, better lah.
Are there still any more rules?
I think there's like
I hope not.
I would think like the other rules are like more like can close one eye, open one eye, those kind of things. And also, you know, like when you're on the road, those kind of rules.
Yeah, just be safe on the road. You know, there's a lot of incidents happening on the road. You know, there's a lot of complaints. Just be safe and, you know, ride at the right path. Don't obstruct traffic.
Yeah, I don't drive now, so I cannot really. But yeah,
it gets quite annoying sometimes.
Yeah, and then also our last point is to the maintenance of it. Like, it's really important to know, because it's like what Louis mentioned, it's like quite a new thing in Singapore. It only like sort of become popular over the last few months.
Yes.
So it's really important to find the right shop and that can help you maintain the bike. Like, for example, if your like certain parts fell off already, you know, like you can't just replace it with another thing, because, you know, each company has their own like parts, their own components and everything. Yeah. So, and then also, like, you know, read up the reviews. I would think that, like, you know, by now most of us would know, like, you know, what's a genuine review and what's a fake review. Yeah. So always go and do your homework.
Just get what you need, and, you know, if it's just more of a leisure cycling around, maybe you wouldn't get too expensive kind. Maybe just those smaller wheels one, just to get around, exercise.
Yeah. So again, like, just know what you need. Yeah. I think that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. So that was like 5 tips before buying a foldable bike in Singapore from us. And if you like what we do, please remember to like and subscribe. And see you next time. Bye.